What's up? Good evening, everybody. Happy Thirsty Thursday, March 6th. We were going to have a show today. Well, there ain't going to be a whole lot to talk about. And then it just went crazy.
It was so dead leading up to this today that
I was
contemplating just us calling it a day, just saying, no pod. And I said, well, maybe I'll do something. And then all of a sudden, bam,
ish hit the fan.
It's like
it did, man. That's good
the
stuff.
Content creation gods blessed us with content to create about. So
give you a little something to talk about.
Definitely much appreciated. Thank you, NFL.
Yeah, for real. We re-signed some of our own players. Some people hit the market. Some people we weren't expecting to hit the market. We're gonna talk about it here in a minute. But first, let's say hi to a couple folks. Yam, what's up, Yam? How you doing? Deuce, Red Zone in the lab. Definitely doing the damn thing. Says YouTube got new conditions and terms. You must hit the like button prior to typing or listening, or you lose access to your Gmail. Your Gmail, folks. Your Gmail. Kicker in the 7th. That's right.
Not now.
That is correct.
Not now. We're going to talk about that. I guess our question's been answered.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Still, hey, you know what? At this point in time, nothing is off the table. Like, I don't know what to expect half the time. I really don't. At
least it's just one less question we have to go, oh my God, what are we going to do with this position? Oh, no. Well, we got that answered. Yeah. Ryan Elias, welcome.
Ryan. Hey, the other day, Ryan, on Monday, we said 11 goals for Ovi. You corrected and said 10. It's 10 now, son. It's 10 now.
It was 10 to tie.
So I think we were talking past each other. We were talking
about who would take the lead.
Yeah.
So it's Commandthispod.
11 on Monday. What's up,
in
Mr.
the chat?
J?
Let's go.
JJ.
Bill Bullock says, "What's up, feeling Stev?"
Yeah,
what up, Stev?
Dev is not here tonight. He's out doing some things. But he's here with us in spirit.
1.17 million telling you there for vets OTAs before my 7th rounder shows up.
Oof.
Or he's a kicker and he's not like an established one. 1.17 tells me he's going in with the job. It's his to lose.
I mean, we were just talking about Seibert, right? We're gonna bring Seibert back. I guess.
Seibert was probably like, "Look, guys, I single-handedly won you a game and scored 21 points."
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I tried so hard. Yeah, but it didn't quite work out. Maybe, yeah. I don't think they'll bring both of them back. It looks like Zane's the guy, man. So we'll see a lot of more of the. I'm all for it. Whatever gets you locked in. Shit, do whatever you need to do, man. Do whatever you need to do. But let me go ahead and kill the music here so we can get right into it. This is episode 343 for us, man. Probably missing a few episodes, but since we've been counting, it's 343. There's probably a lot more than that. Going strong.
We don't count like barbershops and Phil streams and things like that. But as far as official episodes of the podcast, 343. Deluxe. What up, gentlemen? What up, good sir?
So listen, guys. In the last couple hours, we re-signed Bobby Wagner and Zane Gonzalez. So let's talk about it. There was some mix. I mean, Bobby Wagner's an all-pro, right? All-pro. He was here on a 1-year deal. Loved to be here. Wanted to be here. Showed a little bit of signs of aging because what is he now? 34?
Going into his age 35 year.
But that's the age London was when he came to DC. And so
I'm learning to say it just like Al Gawley says, his age 35 season.
Age 35 season. Okay.
Going into his age 35 season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Bobby Wagner, I mean, look, London Fletcher played way longer with this team than he had any right to. Like, just, you know, he could have retired at any point, been fine. And he had some of the best years of his career.
He did.
And in some years, and there was times you're like, oh, London's starting to fade, and he didn't, and then he would, then he wouldn't,
Yeah.
then he would. It comes with age. But I think that it's not like there's many great options out there, and a 1-year deal for $9 million is not terrible at all for a Pro Bowler and a guy who still plays at an extremely high level.
Yeah, very, very true. I'm with you. And I agree. What about everyone in the chat? Are you happy with this? First, talk about Bobby Wagner. How do we feel about Bobby Wagner? Are you guys happy we re-signed Bobby Wagner? There was some other, actually, I'm going to check right now who was out there on the market for free agents, but just go off right now. Do we like Bobby Wagner come back to 1 year? I love it. You got your captain, I mean, unofficial captain. You got your quarterback of the defense. You got your green dot. We'll put it that way. He's the green dot. You could draft a guy, sure, in 2025, but who are you going to draft? Who's going to be able to come in and take over? We've had some pretty utter. You know what? It's hard for me to compare things past with this coaching regimen now, but you know, I'm happy. I like Bobby Wagner. Now he's going to decline. Let's make that clear. But I like having him. He's stability. It's one less thing you got to worry about on the defense. That's really all it is. And just looking at see who's available, who was available at inside linebacker. All statuses available. So you had Levante David, you had Bobby Wagner, Devondre Campbell, Tyrell Dotson, Willie Gay, Eric Kendricks up there with Bobby Wagner. That's kind of it, man. Denzel Perryman. I don't know if all these guys are true Mikes. And that's about it. Kaliki Hudson, if you're into that sort of thing. But that was it, man. The pickings were slim. Cody Barton, our own former Washington player, Cody Barton, who apparently had a great year in Denver. But yeah, but Phil Bullock, Max Khalil Mack, you're talking about. He's not an
outside linebacker.
Yeah, Khalil, we're talking inside.
Mike, edge guy,
the quarterback of the defense. That's who we're talking about here. Let me pull my camera down a little bit. There we go. Okay, much better. So that's who we're talking about.
Ryan Ladd says, yeah, we need him here to continue the culture growth we are building. What's going on with Luvu? Luvu's here for another 2 years.
Yeah, Luvu's under contract. He wasn't one of those, you know, we must resign, one of those free agents. We're good. We're good on Luvu.
Yeah, Luvu's here. Luvu was signed to a 3-year deal when he signed.
Yeah.
So Deluxe said there are faster linebackers that make many more errors. Not many provide what Wagner does. True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I'm content. I want to hear what everyone else says. But I'm happy. I'm happy that, you know, we got a middle linebacker. It's just one less thing you got to worry about. And let's just get the detailed numbers here. The details, what they signed by Wagner for 1 year, $9.5 million. So 1 year, $9.5 million. Not too bad. Not too bad. Last year we were paying him. Looks like we paid him
$8 million deal.
6.5.
6.5. Okay.
$6.5 million cap hit. He had a $4 million base, $2 million signing bonus, 340 roster, 100,000 workout. So 6.
You know what? I think if you earn a Pro Bowl and you're going for another 1 year deal, yeah, I think he earned a pay bump.
He got a $500,000 Pro Bowl and a $500,000 All Pro. That was, well, $500,000 first team All Pro. I don't know if there was something in there for a second team All Pro, but it said $500,000 for a.
They'll pay your tuition at Howard.
Yeah, for real. Didn't know if you took a 1 year. Yeah, Luvu's good, man. We're good on Luvu. So yeah, $9.5 million. That's a good pay bump. You know, Bobby Wagner brings that stability. He doesn't bring that, you know, that lateral side to side lateral speed, sideline to sideline that he used to have. But you know, he'll get beat once in a while. He'll plug a hole. The only thing I'm worried about is as he gets older is just when he starts to get beaten by a tight end who he should have had, or, in pass coverage, and he just looks slow, then you got to worry. But you know what? It's 1 year deal.
And I think that's why they're
I'm
keeping him
happy.
on these 1 year deals. Unlike Kirk, who we kept franchising on 1 year deals.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Bruce.
lock this dude up long term.
Yeah.
With Bobby Wagner, here's a guy who's on the downside of his career who should be, if he wants to continue playing with 1 year deals, because Father Time's undefeated.
Yeah. Yep. What's up, John? Said Wagner provides everything we want, need on and off the field. We can still build the position. Yes, sir. Absolutely does. Make sure you guys go check out Bleeding Burgundy in the Bunker. John, Jesse, Scotty, Too Hottie. Scotty, congratulations to Scott, by the way. He's our I forget the title. I don't know if it's International Fan of the Year.
International Fan of the Year.
But Scott Hartley, man, love that guy. Love Scotty. Congratulations to him. If you see him on Twitter or anywhere, just make sure you say congratulations. Coming in from the UK, been coming to the opening day games. I think I've seen him for 3 years in a row now. It's been pretty awesome to see those.
If there's two guys
International Fan of the
Year from over there, Andy Burrows and Scott Hartley are the two guys I see.
That's right. Gotta love Scotty. And John has the pleasure of podcasting with him. And Scott has his own show with Scout Sandy, the 1 Point Safety Social. Make sure you got to check that out too. Be Right. What's up, Be Right? Winner of one of our early raffles we did months ago. Good to see you again, man. Appreciate you popping in. HTTC, that's right. So Bobby Wagner's here. We're happy with Bobby Wagner. Let's talk Zane Gonzalez. So Zane Gonzalez also was re-signed. Don't know if anyone expected that. We were tossing up on Monday whether it would be Seibert or Zane. I really wonder what made them go Zane versus Seibert, because Seibert's numbers were tremendously better, unless there's something with that injury that we just don't know about. I don't know. But wasn't Seibert like 14 of 15? And I mean, his numbers he didn't miss for a long time. Why Zane Gonzalez over Austin Seibert is what I want to know.
Seibert maybe wanted to go test the waters, see if he can make more money elsewhere, and we're just not in the market of paying big money to kickers. If they feel that Zane did play well down the stretch after he came back from injury, he played well down the stretch, and I think that was enough for him to say, you know what, may not be as good as Seibert, but he's close enough and a lot cheaper. Let's go for it.
So real quick, Phil says, got a good to bring young players to get a chance to work out and learn from Wags. Yep. Jason Donaway, what's up, Jason? Checking in from Facebook. What's good, fellas? Hail
to they do have a guy who I think is in that position. That's Jordan McGee, who missed all last season due to injury. Gregory Pett says Gonzalez blows.
Greg, I think this is our first time hanging with you, man. Appreciate you popping in. We appreciate that. Yeah, I have mixed opinions on Gonzalez. He came through when he needed to. If you remember, he did everything we asked of him. I mean, I really thought Seibert was the guy, though. Deluxe says Seibert doesn't have the leg strength.
I'd say neither does Gonzalez.
Seibert missed the wrong one. So, yeah, the Dallas game
was hurt when he missed that extra point.
Yes. So Cody knows. What's up, Cody? Cowboys XP. Yes. That one was crucial where Terry almost willed us back to victory, him and Jaden by themselves.
Let's also be fair. He attempted that kick hurt. He was injured.
Yeah. John said, fun to watch him twitch on the sideline. Yeah, people were really dogging him, but he actually did an interview and people kind of became a little more aware, of OCD and what that means to people. And I don't know why people are all up into it, but yes, the cardiac kicker, the doink heard round the world versus the Bucks game. All right, that was the doink. Mr. Doink. That's right. Greg knows. Mr. Doink. There you go. Gold under 45, not good beyond. Yeah. Greg says, what you think about the rest of the wide receiver room? Well, we'll find out. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit, but you got Terry. I think they'll extend Terry here very, 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 very soon. Very soon. And Diami's going to walk. That's my opinion. He's going to get a big contract because Tutu Atwell just got 1 year, $10 million from the Rams.
Tutu Atwell got $10 million, and he's had a better and he's had a career better than Diami Brown's. But it's the most comparable person that's out there.
Last year, Diami's numbers were better than Tutu. across the board, I think.
Tutu can return kicks.
And that's that he plays specials. So the wide receiver market is actually not that good outside of the big names. There are a couple big names, but
Diami should go to like Kansas City, make $8 million a year, and be on with it.
Somewhere like that. Gonzalez has the big leg strength. Yeah.
When have we seen this?
But we haven't had to because we're always inside the 20, 30 because you know why? We got a Jaden. He gets us in there so we don't have to. I mean, think about how many times we could have kicked the field goal, but we didn't because Jaden just kept getting the first downs. So
I'm about to go on a harangue here in a second.
A harangue.
Your 10-cent word of the day.
Is that the guy from Tekken?
As we get to the comment,
thought we get Kirk, but now he's going. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Christian Kirk here in a second. Going over all the big names today. It was crazy free agency today. Deluxe, they weren't kicking touchbacks intentionally. True. Jack Attack. What's up, Jack Attack? Good to see you, man. John, is it comparable? Tutu had plays with Stafford, Diami with Heineke.
Now, here's where I go on my harangue.
Hold on, we got Heineke. He's got his own sound effects, so you got to play.
Tutu played with Stafford, yes. Diami played with a bunch of different quarterbacks. But if Diami was as dynamic as people say he was, why didn't he put up numbers like Terry?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Terry was consistent no matter who was throwing him the ball. Now we're going. No. You can't do this. You can't play it both ways. You can't sit here and say, talk crap about how Terry performed in spite of who was throwing him the ball. And then when it's Diami, it's like, well, Diami suffered because of who was throwing him the ball. Well, obviously, Diami ain't that good.
And he couldn't get on the field either. And that for whatever reason you want to say, it doesn't matter what it is. He couldn't get on the field, and he couldn't get ahead of the people in front of him. So, you know what? Real quick, just for shits and giggles, man. Let's share this.
And I like Tutu Atwell, by the way. Dev talked him up so much that I started watching his tape, and I was like, I like this kid.
Yeah, he's a Louisville guy. So here's their numbers, man.
Jesus, so Diami's got. Here we go. Diami's got 9 more games than Tutu.
Yeah.
And has 40 less receptions.
But they had the same amount of touchdowns. 500
and
400 less yards. 500 less yards, 600 less yards. Yeah, 2-2 wins. I think last year
Tutu dominates. See, plays specials, all that.
Let's do this though. Let's do same seasons and see what. Oh, really? You're really gonna make me do this, stat head?
Tutu Atwell, I think it's played.
I just want to see last year. All right, let's just see last year's stats. What it looks like.
Oh, damn! Tutu still. You tried to say last year he outperformed Tutu.
Yeah.
Even in his most dynamic season.
Yeah.
Not Tutu Atwell.
But you didn't get Diami's 200-something yards in the playoffs, but that doesn't count, I guess. I was trying to count those, but it would have came out pretty even.
Count those, he still doesn't have as many receiving yards as Tutu Atwell.
Yeah, but he would have had more touchdowns. He would have had receptions. I think it would have been tied because I think he had 12 receptions in the playoffs. It would have been close. But
so you need to give him a whole 3 extra games.
Yeah.
To match Tutu Atwell.
Yep. I don't know who else was on the
I'm just saying, you're actually making my point without realizing it.
Hey, people saying Diami's not going to get anything. I'm saying he's going to get close to what Tutu's going to get. That's all I'm saying because the market is not that good. And I don't know the age group. They got to be close. Oh, they're both 25. So yeah, they're probably going to get. Diami's probably going to get like anywhere around 7 and up.
7 to 8 million.
I think he starts.
That ain't going to be here.
It's not. I 100% agree. It ain't.
Someone wants to make the case that for some reason we should give Diami Brown 7 to 8 million a year. Please come on here, and I will tell you what. I will live stream live from your place. You don't need to know where I live. I will live stream live from your place, and then after you're done, I will tap you on the head with a tack hammer repeatedly and violently because that's about the dumbest thing. you could think of is to try to pay De'Ami Brown $8 million to be a number 4 or 5 receiver on this team.
Yeah. I mean, we got Debo already, so there's your 2. And they're probably going to keep Crowder, Noah Brown.
I'm telling you, I think Zacchaeus and Noah Brown stay.
Yeah,
and I don't even
two of those three are
staying.
2 of those 3 are staying. Jack, appreciate you still popping in on vacation, man. All good. Hope you have a good vacation. We are in Big Spring here.
If De'Ami Brown resigns, he is the he is the Black Moxie.
He ain't going to resign.
He is Reed Dowdy.
They're going to do what?
Guy who just
keeps
sticking around and no one knows why.
Greg makes a good point. His 2 fumbles in the playoffs, and the 2 fumbles in the NFC Championship game. It was 2 fumbles, right? He fumbled twice. Did he fumble twice?
He fumbled
once for sure. Like, that's the last impression you have. And it was like that fumble right there was the beginning of the downfall. If you remember that was the beginning of the end, his turnover. Because it was still a game when he caught that ball and then he fumbled it. Just got it.
And De'Ami is 6 foot, 6'2" receiver. He doesn't play like one. That's the other thing, is that if we're gonna have a bigger body,
flat.
6 flat, okay.
Yeah.
Terry plays above his size. Terry's 6 foot.
Oh, yeah.
You think he's 6'2", 6'3", the way he gets up for the ball, the way he provides a physical presence like that. De'Ami just doesn't do that, right? It's just not his game. He's supposed to be a guy who's supposed to take the top off the defense. He doesn't, but he's supposed to. His thing is supposed to be his speed. So
we had the opportunity. He couldn't take that role that you just said. That was what he was drafted for. They take the top off guy.
And realistically, we've already heard that multiple receivers are of interest to our front office in the draft. So I'm not particularly worried about bringing back. We talk about 2 to 3 going to return. Depending upon what happens with this draft and with free agency, I don't even think you might see more receivers who were on this team last year on other squads next year, or just out of the league.
Speaking of receivers, this is what Debo, he did his farewell message and everything, but this is what Debo put on his IG. If this doesn't get you hype, I don't know what does. DC, we come in. I think this is going to be one of the best possible fits for me, where I can go in and help the team. He did say the Commanders were on one of the teams he wanted to go to at the top of his list. He said he started watching Jaden because he hangs out with Ayuk. They were best friends. He's ready to work with Terry for sure. And listen to this, because we came into the league at the same time. I've heard how hard he grinds. I'm just ready to match the energy and get to it. Shit. I got a feeling this season is about to be one of them ones. Bro, Debo. Ready for you, man. Ready for you. That get you fired up.
Debo, I told you the guy's coming in motivated.
Yeah. For real.
And here's a sentence that should make everybody in this fan base excited. Honestly, when my agent asked me where I wanted to go, this was one of the teams at the top of my list. Period.
Jaden Daniels effect.
It's a Jaden effect. It's a Dan Quick effect. It's an Adam Peters effect.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's been a long time. It's just nice. It's nice. All right, somebody's comments. What you guys talking about up here?
They're arguing in the comments.
Deluxe says Diamond's a 4 or 5, not a 2 for sure. He's not. He'll go get paid wide receiver 2B money somewhere. I guarantee. Just like Tutu did. John says he's harangued. That
was about harangue.
The guy from that just reminds me.
I went off way harder on the mayor of DC last week.
Tekken Tag. Remember Tekken Tag?
Yes.
I think it was Harango. I don't know. What's up, Ron? Ron at Indian Lake? No way. Noah Brown stays. Him, Zacchaeus, and Crowder. Pick 2. They're all basically the same guy, but Crowder has the aging guy, so he might not make the cut. Definitely drafting one for sure. Ken, please. What's up, Ken? Says DK is coming to the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know.
I think Ken is a Cowboys fan watching.
Jerry, appreciate you popping in though. Jerry said he's going all in. He's been going all in for 2 years in a row. Didn't do anything last year. I know they restructured Dak.
Here's why. Because he says DK is going to the Cowboys, right? And then somebody said, Gregory Pett says DK not going to the Cowboys. And then he says, yes, he's coming to the Cowboys, you born hater.
He might be
only a Cowboys fan would say it. Only a Cowboys fan would say it. Okay, Ken, you're new here. And apparently not of the fan base. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to put this in the comments while we read some of the others. Why is DK going to the Cowboys, and why is saying that he's not make one a born hater? Please leave that in the comments so I can at least kind of get a picture of your logic.
If you were on Bleeding Burgundy in the bunker, you'd have a nice Jerry Jones impression. He could do it really good. We're going all in. There's a nice Jerry Jones calls into that show quite often. John knows what I mean. Greg said, how long you guys been doing this? I haven't seen to now. Hey, man, this is like year 5 for us. So you can see episode 343, man. Every Monday and Thursday night, 8:35 p.m.
Okay, so
we got a 3-0.
So Gregory, we have a co-host named Dev, and between me and Dev, we find ways to demonetize ourselves, which means that YouTube doesn't promote us as much as some of the other podcasts.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Every time. Phil Bullock, don't put that on him, Steve. Eck fumble killed us. No, De'Ami Brown and Eckler's fumble killed us. Okay, they both did. They're both equally guilty. I'm not going to say it was all De'Ami. Eckler can get some of that blame too, but Eckler's an All-Pro, so he has a little bit leeway.
John Taylor says, "God damn,
my pockets is empty." Probably has the whistle. My pockets is empty.
Well, there's a club in Dallas called All In. That's where Jerry keeps going. Oh,
hit that like button, guys.
Pay-per-view. Oh, this is AEW has a pay-per-view called All In. It's gonna be in Dallas this year.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Jerry's all in.
They're
all in, man.
They're more all in than Dallas has been. Just saying that. And here's the thing: that was the dumbest thing Jerry Jones could have said. We're all in and don't sign anybody.
He did it last year. Remember he did it last year?
He kind of did it again this year already.
Did nothing last year, but he said it last year.
But he said it last year.
Ken says Ashton, Gianti, and DK going to the Cowboys to win Super Bowl rings. Man, if Gianti goes to the Cowboys, holy smokes. I don't know. I'd be a little perplexed that we'd have to face Gianti and Saquon twice a year. But we'll see what happens. I don't know what the cap situation looks like. I know they paid CD, they restructured Dak. We'll see. They haven't really done much. They got to pay Micah too.
I got to make payments on my ship.
Yeah, and pay off all the girls to for pregnancy tests and get
cocaine ain't cheap.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So that's Zane. That's Bobby Wagner. That's about it for Commanders news for now. But I do want to talk about some defensive guys. So Joey Bosa was just released today. If you guys weren't tracking that, Joey Bosa got released. I mean, I'd say kind of a shocker, kind of not a shocker. He was owed. Let's go over the numbers here. He was owed $25.3 million. He's been injured a lot. He's a physical specimen when he's healthy, but he is now released. He's a free agent. I don't know what he's going to claim on the market, but he plays his first 7 years of the NFL at San Diego, LA, whatever you call it now, the Chargers.
The problem with Joey Bosa is that he's been hurt and has missed significant amounts of time. Let's put it this way. He missed 12 games in 2022. He missed 8 games in 2023. He missed 3 games in 2024.
Look at his number right there. There you go. Look at the last 3 seasons, like you just said. Sorry, let me put it in order. There you go. Look at the last 3 seasons.
I hate the idea that Debo is injury prone because he's not really. I mean, last year was pneumonia.
It was.
But that's injury prone. There's a lot of seasons of single digit games played in Bosa's career. I mean, 9 seasons and 3 of them there are less than 10 games. Early on, man, him and his brother both looked like they were going to be just the gods. But lately, he's living off reputation if he gets a big contract.
Yeah. Ron says it good. B. Wright says it good. We're going to talk about it later, but Greg says it and Ron says it. Hendrickson was also released. Trey Hendrickson, number 91.
No, he was not released.
He demanded a trade. Excuse me. He's free to go trade. He was
given the John Allen treatment.
Yeah. So yes, Hendrickson, I agree. I would rather have him than Bosa. Hey,
Cincy, you want a defensive tackle? You want a Pro Bowl defensive tackle?
I mean, they're.
I would trade John Allen for Trey Hendrickson in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, they got to pay Teeth the long term. You're gonna pay Jamar too. Jamar's coming with that contract. But yeah, I wouldn't go after Bosa. I don't know. He might get a lot less money on the open market right now.
You give him a vet minimum and for depth, cool.
Joey Bosa?
I mean, that's about all I want him for.
No, he would never take that in a million years. He'll probably get like.
I'm just saying that's all I would give him.
Yeah, he'll probably end up getting like 13, 14 somewhere. I'm just guessing for like 2 years, maybe more. Who knows? If he has a clean bill of health. I don't know what his health issues were previously. The last 3 years, I just know he missed a lot of games.
All I know is that Trey Hendrickson has 35 sacks in the past 2 seasons and didn't miss a game.
Yeah. So nobody's on the Bosa train. I'm with you guys.
I'm not on the Bosa train.
I don't think we need to be
on the Trey Hendrickson train. If you can make that happen, if you can make a trade happen, do it.
Straight up. All right, Christian Kirk now. Christian Kirk is out there on the market. If you're a Christian Kirk guy. So if you remember Christian Kirk in 2023, Terry got paid?
Yeah.
22, Terry got paid.
23.
Terry, yes, because he was going into the offseason with Sam Howell. So when Terry got paid in 2023, if you remember, Christian Kirk set the market for him. So Christian Kirk left Arizona and went to Jacksonville. Christian Kirk, to me, he's always been a number 2, but he left the Larry Fitzgerald and the Cardinals and went, that legacy of the Cardinals and went to Jacksonville. And so his salary set the market. So Terry got just a little bit more than Christian Kirk, but I'm going to compare their stats here.
He got significantly more than Christian Kirk.
Yeah, but Christian was no one knew what to pay Terry at that time. We didn't know. We were arguing about the different levels. Yeah,
pretty much.
Potential.
Christian Kirk got a contract that, in all honesty, was well above what he was, but it reset the wide receiver market for the next several years.
Yeah, it did.
Yes, Kirk was traded to the Texans, but it's the idea that he got this contract from the Jaguars, and the Jaguars are like, bye.
Yeah.
Guys are moving. There's a lot of movement going on here. So, but I think that this also may show some tempering of the wide receiver market. Now you see a team that paid the money. They're like, really wasn't worth the squeezing.
Yeah. So here's Christian Kirk's numbers. Ooh.
Now his first year with Jacksonville, he looked like he was a steal.
Damn, I apologize. Here we go. Sorry. Screen went haywire. Okay.
That 84 for 1108 was nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
But
then his numbers
it's just not been worth it.
That's right. After that 26 season, he just went down and down. And then, last year, Trevor Lawrence was hurt all year. I get it, whatever. But the numbers are what the numbers are. Even still, you still gotta perform if you're the wide receiver 1. I don't know if he'd fit here now. Being that we got Debo, he could play on the. I mean, he would fit from a scheme perspective.
He got traded though. He's not going here.
Yeah, I know. But the reason why I want to talk about him because we were talking about Christian Kirk all up to the point until today, when he did get traded, which was kind of crazy because we thought maybe we were talking about this on Monday. Christian Kirk on the outside, Terry on the outside, Debo in the slot. But no, that's not happening anymore. Christian Kirk is now off the market. Good for him, though. I applaud him. I'm glad he I don't know if he's still going to get his what's it called, continuing contract. The Texans are desperate. That's where he went. They're down. Stephon Diggs is a free agent, and with the Tank Dell had the nasty injury. Was it Nico? I can't remember. I get him confused.
Yeah, it was Tank Dell. Tank Dell had the nasty injury.
Yeah, but that's Christian Kirk.
CJ Stroud's going to have a guy who, if he can come back to form, could be a decent target for him.
Yeah.
So, and Greg Pitt asks, why do you think we didn't try to get him? Don't know why, because it was just for a seventh. Other than maybe they just saw something in the decline of his play that made him go. They made him not interested in paying him the final year of that contract.
The price was great though. 7th round pick. That's pretty good. But there must be something, right? 7th round for a dude who was a wide receiver 1 last year. And I don't know. I always thought he was a wide receiver 2 personally, but 7th rounder is not that bad though. 7th rounder ain't that bad at all. Be right. Kirk would have fit right in with Cliff. That's the logic.
Right, said the best. We weren't going to give a draft capital for Kirk, but if he got cut, we were going to. I can see that. I can see them saying, you know what? He's not Debo. We're not trading for him. But if he gets cut, we'll give him a look.
I missed this one. Deluxe says, I like the Bosa train for a 1-year prove-it deal loaded with incentives, low risk, high reward type deal. I don't think he'd take it. Interesting.
You know what? I think what Bosa takes is what's going to be out there.
Yeah, beggars can't be choosers right now, for real.
And he's definitely in a bigger position at this point. He's not in a chooser position.
Yeah. John made a comment about look at Kirk's gap in his receptions. Yeah, 70 for the last 4 years, 77, 84, 57, 27. So definitely not doing so well. Gregory Pessa, that's who's Dallas going to get Diggs. Hey, I like Diggs. So Maryland guy here, University of Maryland, Stephon Diggs went to good counsel up here only, kind of around my way. So I want Diggs to do well. He's coming off a nasty injury too, and he's 31, 32. Don't quote me.
His early 30s, yeah.
Early 30s.
But Diggs is still, when he's on. So
yeah, he's still he's a fantastic route runner. So let's get into my favorite position, second favorite position, tight ends. Evan Ingram. You guys know Evan Ingram. He was drafted by the Giants. I'm sorry. I forget who he was drafted by.
He was a Giant.
He was a Giant. Then he went to Jacksonville. The man is a I'm gonna pull up his stats here. The man is a good player. When he gets surrounded by good talent, he can put up some numbers. He's battled a little bit of injuries here and there. But he was drafted by the Giants. I'm a huge Evan Ingram fan because he's almost like a hybrid wide receiver / tight end. He measures at 6'3", 240. So he's got some size to him. He's got some bulk to him.
He is like the prototype of a tight end size wise.
Yeah. Now he is also available. So all these people are available, or he was released this week. So that makes him available. And this is what you got to ask yourself. Would you rather have Zach Ertz back on a 1-year deal? You got Bates, who's a free agent, and you got Sinnott. Sinnott is the only roster tight end right now, and Cole Turner. I'm not counting Cole Turner. But would you rather have Evan Ingram and Ben Sinnott, or Evan Ingram, Bates, and Ben Sinnott? Or you can't have Zach Ertz and Evan Ingram. That's just not going to happen.
Not enough balls to go around.
Right. Would you pick Zach Ertz over Evan Ingram or Evan Ingram over Zach Ertz, Phil? His age, he's 30.
Given that Sinnott's in the wings, I'm fine with bringing Ertz back on 1-year deal. And then having, with Sinnott being, here's the kicker. If the idea is that Sinnott starts progressing into a starter role by the end of the year, right? They use this year to kind of transition from Ertz to Sinnott as the main guy. You bring Evan Ingram here, your idea is that Evan Ingram is going to be a starter, period. I'm fine with either. Neither would make me mad. But Ertz also has a very established chemistry with Jaden Daniels, and you can't discount that. So
you can't.
I wouldn't be mad if we got Evan Ingram, but Ertz did well for us. So bring back Ertz if you can. Bring him back on 1 year deal.
So Evan Ingram's contract, first year in 2023, a $5 million cap hit. Second year in 2024, $7 million cap hit. This year, the way they back-ended all the money, $19 million cap hit. So
no, I take that back. I don't want Evan Ingram.
He's free agent. He got cut. He's released. This is what they were going to pay him. Sorry. He was owed $19.5 million, so that's why they released him. They're not going to afford to pay that. So his deal was $5 million in 23, $7 million in 24, 19.5 this year, 9.5, 26, 4 and 27. So we're in the ballooning stages of his contract. So they just decided to let that man live and walk. So I don't know what he's going to demand on the open market. Who knows? Probably way less than 19. I'll tell you that much. But I like Evan Ingram. Look at his numbers in 2023. He was a Pro Bowler, almost 1,000 yards, only 4 touchdowns, but 1,000 yards for a receiver is pretty good. So he's got potential.
We should save the money for O-line and D.
Yeah,
we got plenty of money to go around. I mean, obviously, you can't spend it all, but we got money. That's something to worry about.
Ron said he'd resign Ertz, let Bates go.
I don't know why you let Bates go. You can get Bates on a pretty cheap contract, and he's a hell of a blocker, and he can play. He plays tight end, he plays H-back, he plays fullback, and on some of those unbalanced sets, he's lined up as a tackle.
So Deluxe is on my line of thinking. If I'm Bates, I don't want to come back at the risk of being a tight end 3 if they really want to groom Sinnott. If I could go somewhere being guaranteed tight end 2, sure. So he probably can get more money elsewhere. But if you keep all 3,
I think it's hard to say he's a tight end 3. I think he's a tight end 3 in terms of targets.
Receiving, yes. But you're right. He is a situational tight end, and that doesn't change. I guess his situation doesn't change. Blocking, heavy blocker. He's a good blocker for that.
He's going to get the same number of snaps no matter what.
Yeah. It's
Sinnott kind of coming in as Ertz gives up some of those snaps.
Yeah, I get it. Just a friendly reminder, guys, you guys watching on YouTube, please hit that like button for us. That would be greatly appreciated. Helps with the algorithm. Keeps this thing hopping as we keep going. So, Evan Ingram. Seems like some of you guys are not really into Evan Ingram. So I get it. Most of you guys want to bring Ertz back. So I'm okay with that. As long as you put Sinnott back in there, man. That's all I ask for. Put
Sinnott
in there.
Sinnott reminds me so much of Chris Cooley. And Chris Cooley is one of my favorite Redskins of all time. I have a Cooley jersey. I don't buy jerseys often because guys leave teams too quickly.
Yeah.
I have a Cooley jersey for a reason. I love that dude. I loved how he played. He was a good blocker. He was a receiver who could get yak, and he got yak. Not out of being a physical freak, but he knew how to shed that first tackle.
Yep.
And he could ramble, and he was deceptively quick. He was faster than you thought.
Yeah, man. I liked it. I like him. Do you remember one of my favorite commercials? It was the early days of when fantasy football was starting up.
Yeah.
Jason Campbell and Chris Cooley's like, pick me. Everyone do the thing. It was like clearly fake, but he caught the ball through the wall and he pulled it through. He's like, pick me. Everyone's, back when fantasy football was just.
That was that Reebok commercial.
Reebok. My Sean Taylor jersey.
Shoved it, the thing where it's supposed to, he shoved his fist through the wall and caught the ball blind. That was a great. That was a great commercial. It was really cool. That was one of our guys.
Jason Campbell was in the same commercial too. Yeah. With his freaking super wind up that he had. I wonder if we could play that and not get copyrighted. I wonder if we could play that one. That's a good one to play sometime. Maybe we'll play it at the end. Don't forget about Yankoff. Yeah, Colson Yankoff.
I'm sorry, but I'm still waiting to see what. I mean, I've seen stuff out of Sinnott. I haven't seen anything out of Yankoff, other than the fact that his name's hilarious.
Yeah. Do you know that he was one of the best high school quarterbacks to ever come out of the state of Ohio? Broke every record in Idaho. He was the number one quarterback
That
prospect.
suddenly became less impressive.
Out of Idaho, bro. A lot of people don't know that. I was doing research on all the tight ends one day, and I researched his name, and he was like a 4.5 star recruit out of high school.
When you said Ohio, my ears perked up. Like, really?
No, Idaho. Go look at his highlight, his film. Like, you can find his high school footage.
That's suddenly a less impressive list to compete. He's competing against.
Idaho, dude. But he's a converted wide receiver. Now he's a converted quarterback turned receiver turned tight end. So I don't know. He knows what he identifies at these days, tight end. But we're still waiting for, like you said, anything outside of his name. I don't know what he's coming around to be. So don't forget about Yankoff.
I can see Yankoff being like, my pronouns are wide receiver tight end.
Coulson. He's stuck around though all season. He kept him on the practice squad. I don't know if it's the position flex or what, but yeah, see, Ron knows. Indian Lake, ex-quarterback. Idaho.
He's position fluid.
Yes. Idaho. That's right. Idaho. All right. So now let's talk about Trey Hendrickson. So this is the one that's a little more realistic.
This is serious business with this guy.
This one truly is. And I think this has potential here in DC. He's on the trade block. Let's pull now. Let's see what this actually looks like from a draft capital perspective. How much they think it's going to cost. Here we go. So, this is from Spot Track. If you guys know Spot Track, they do the best with the salaries. The new team acquires $16 million in salary.
Non-guaranteed.
$16 million. That's it. I'm sorry. Yeah, 16 million. And look at the dead cap for the Bengals. 2.6, and they say 6. It's a win for. But when you look at his stats, which we'll pull up next, you're gonna be like, what are they doing? This man is first in almost every category for like the last 3 or 4 years, man. And it's crazy. You know how much he looks like Ryan Kerrigan? Have you seen some of the pictures? It's strange how much he looks like Ryan Kerrigan. You got to find the right pictures.
The way we thought Kerrigan would.
Yeah. You got to find the right pictures. But yeah, man, like 36 sacks, 5 forced fumbles the past seasons, 2 years, $60 million extension in our system. So that's $30 million a year. I'm just saying, I'm going to pull up his stats. You're going to be like, whoa.
I've seen his numbers. If you're going to, if the future is now, you make this trade.
Yep.
Period. End of story. You find a way to make this happen.
And check out Louis Riddick. Here you go. 2024. Number 3 in pressure percentage. Number 1 in sacks and sack percentage. Number 3 in pass rush win rate. And look at him in 2023. Not far off. Hasn't missed a game in the past 2 seasons. Hey, you have permission to seek a trade. What are the Bengals doing? I guess they're trying to pay Jamar NT.
They are. They gotta. So
yeah. Give me Trey Hendrickson all day. I don't know what he's going to count, what he's going to cost. Is it? Do they want picks or do they want a player? Because obviously you always got to offer John Allen up if you're seeking a trade. But I think John Allen's going to have.
And I do feel like that you might be. This is where some of that close, your contender status helps.
Yeah.
If you can get off a good trade and you say, look. You can. We'll give you $30 million instead of $35 a year, but you're going to be a linchpin to us winning the Super Bowl, and then in 2 years you got another contract coming up.
And you're like, hey Trey, look in the garage over there. You see that supercar over there? Yeah, his name is Jaden. Come on over here and play with us, man. Come play with us. Ron says Bengals ownership tighter than a tariff. Phil Bullock, I knew you was a host, Steve. Come on, man.
You said Idaho.
Idaho. John says it is, and you make the trade. Today's big money is next year's ho-hum money. That's right. B. Wright said he's going to want about $35 million. Remember, the salary cap went up about $24 million, so there's room to spare when it comes to that. So, and team, I want to see if they've updated the changes for us. Are we still sitting at? We're sitting at 64 million in cap space. So we are no longer. We have been bumped down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th most in the NFL. Patriots still lead with 127. They've done nothing.
Crap, but we have. That's why.
We've got Debo, and we re-signed B-Wags, and then we re-signed Zane.
I'll tell you what, though. How much does John Allen do this year?
25
million.
His cap hit was 16.6, so it's like six dead money. And here I'll show
16.6. So if you trade him straight up for Trey Hendrickson, you're going to save you're only really going to have a $14 million cap hit.
Sorry, yeah, 22.3 is his cap hit. 22.3. Yeah.
Okay, 22.3 is his cap hit
for John Allen. Yep.
Okay, so if you trade John Allen, and we'll take Hendrickson as part of a deal. Now we're going to have to send more than just John Allen, but just say John Allen's part of the deal. It's really, and then you sign him to a $30 million a year deal. This season, you effectively only lose $8 million in cap space.
Yeah, but
make the deal.
But we were just talking about going goo for Myles Garrett the other day. Myles Garrett will clearly cost more than Trey Hendrickson. I feel Trey Hendrickson is probably
terrible. I don't think it'll be a terrible amount more though.
Trey Hendrickson probably a better bang for the buck.
He's just going to require probably a little bit more in way of draft capital.
But Myles Garrett is a phenom, man. I don't know if you asked me to pick between those two right now, I don't even know what I could tell you. If you had to pick between Myles Garrett and Trey Hendrickson. But remember, we only have 6 draft picks this year. We say 6?
Yeah.
6. So we're working with limited capital as we move forward to the draft. He's 30 years old. Yeah, so is Myles Garrett. Myles
Garrett's 29.
29. He'll be he's birthday right around mine. He's December 29th. So I'm 26. Ron, don't say that. A third team couldn't get involved. It's like the NBA.
This ain't the NBA.
Phil and I make a trade, and somehow 2 teams over on the other side of the world
this is
get
not
a player.
This is not the NBA. The NFL does not work like the NBA. Let's not.
The NBA trades blow my mind. The Wizards and the Bulls make a trade, and then the Sacramento Kings get 4 players out of nowhere. So, yeah, the NBA is crazy like that, man. Yeah, Greg, I'd take Myles without blinking, too. I just don't know. The cost is going to be more than what Hendrickson is. And if you want to keep your draft capital, maybe Hendrickson is probably better value from that perspective. But no, Myles Garrett 10 times out of 10 over Hendrickson.
The difference is that Myles Garrett wants out of Cleveland, and Cleveland doesn't want to let him go.
Desperate times.
Whereas the Bengals have said, go find a trade with Trey Hendrickson. Usually when a team wants you to go find a trade, it's a little easier to work out a deal.
Yeah.
You don't have to give up as much.
Because you know. I don't know, man. The Trey Hendrickson news is going to get fun over the next couple of days.
Ron says that our ownership is NBA blood. You heard it here first.
You know what?
NHL blood.
Right. You are right, Ron. You are right. They're NBA blood. Philadelphia 76ers.
But they also have NHL blood. You know what the NHL is really good at these days? Really long-term contracts.
Yeah.
How do you think Ovi got a 10-year deal? Who is it? Connor McDavid or somebody got a 15-year deal with their team? Somebody got a 15-year deal.
Yeah.
And because the NHL allows that, right? And so that's in their blood too. So long-term deals, I mean, we haven't seen many of them, but we may start seeing it seems like they're playing more on the short term right now. Louvu on 3 years, a couple of guys on 1-year deals, all that. We'll see. But I mean, if we can't get Myles Garrett, but we can get Trey Hendrickson, I'm not losing sleep.
Oh no, not at all. So the next thing I want to talk about is we talk about a bunch of players, right? I don't know if you've been paying attention, but today was like one of the craziest 24 hours, and it's not even free agency yet. We're going to talk about free agency in a minute, but I just want to go over Who's available? The list will blow your mind. Just happened this week alone. So check this joint out. Like, this is from Adam Schefter, of course. We love Adam. Devontae Adams, Joey Bosa, Evan Ingram, Tyler Lockett, 32-year-old receiver out of Seattle. Very sure-handed. He's lost a step. Darius Slay, all-day Slay. Got a couple tweets we're going to show here from Darius Slay. And Eagles fans are pissed off about it. James Bradbury, another Eagle who they're letting go. Javon Hargrave, former Eagle turned 39er, now released. Gardner Minshew, former Raider. What's up, Rod? Jamal Williams, former running back. I think he was in either Detroit
He was in New Orleans.
New Orleans. Devin Duvernay, Tremont Jones, Ward Robertson Harris, Rashawn Jenkins, George Fant, and Raekwon Davis. The ice cream man, Raekwon. So those players were just released this week, man. That's wild. That's wild. It's not even. I don't know what's weird about this season. You've never seen so many players demand trades. I haven't. I don't know what's in the water. What's going on?
That free agency money, and I think a lot of these players, some of these teams that have money are like the Commanders, and they're seen as the future,
the
immediate future.
But I mean, look what the Giants did. Giants signed Tommy. Giants signed Tommy DeVito.
I did not know that.
Good job, Blue people. Good job, Blue people. This is what you did.
Oh, does that help you sleep a little bit better at night?
John Mayer. You let Saquon walk and you
lost
signed
Saquon, but you re-signed Tommy DeVito.
I'm happy for you, Brody. I'm happy for you. Oh man, yeah, that's their big.
All right, let's see.
We might get Darius Slayton, man. That wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't mind getting him.
Right, says if we're gonna be picking 29 lower every year, damn those first round picks. Hey,
yeah,
why not? Realistically, it's kind of how the Patriots did business for a long time.
FTP. Fuck
Greg Pett says Trey's a good runner-up prize.
Yes.
Ken Please says my then Dallas Cowboys reveals new take on Ashton Chanty. I couldn't give a fuck what the Dallas Cowboys take is on anything until they actually do something. All right.
Yeah.
But cool.
Well, here's the DK news.
Ron, while you looked at it, Ron in Indian Lake says we should give Jaden a lifetime contract. We can't.
Yeah.
It would be cool.
Do it.
Bill Buck says it'll go back up once Allen is gone.
Yep.
Garrett may have some signing bonus to get back. May have to give some signing bonus to get back out. Contract hurts his movability. Gregory Pez says the NFL is turning to the NBA. He also says that Aaron Rodgers would probably be the starter.
No, there's some smoke to that. Greg's right. Like I've heard multiple talking heads saying that the Giants would be a good spot. One, he's already in New York, and they already play in the same stadium. He wouldn't have to move. And the Giants.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to see that turf ever again.
Desperate. I mean, yeah. I don't know what the Giants are going to do, but their Giants were also in contention for Cam Ward. I thought Cam Ward's going to be a Giant. I still believe the Giants are going to draft Cam Ward out of Miami.
I don't think it's going to happen. Let's really put that out there now,
because that's not the smart thing to do is to draft
a
quarterback.
If we were to somehow get DK Metcalf,
yeah.
Oh.
I mean, so DK is going to demand some money too. How much money do we want to? That would be a nasty wide receiver room. DK on the outside, Terry on the outside,
Debo in the slot,
and Luke picking up the scraps. and then
De'Ami Brown,
not De'Ami Brown, but Noah Zacchaeus and whoever.
No Noah Brown. No Jameson Crowder. Well, maybe Jameson Crowder.
Everyone else just carry Terry's shoulder pads back to the locker room, please. Yeah. Ron said,
we have those three. We have 3 starting receivers and 3 backups to carry their shoulder pads.
I like Steve Slayton. Ron, I'm with you, Ron. I'm sorry. Steve Slayton was the old running back for the Texans. Darius Slayton. I like Darius Slayton a lot. I think
he keeps burning our DBs. He hasn't burned our DBs since 2022, 2023, maybe.
He's very athletic. He can be if it comes down to it and you don't have a lot of money left to spend and Debo is in the slot, you could get Slayton. He would be automatically better than all the receivers we had minus Terry last year. I personally believe that. So hold up. Ken's a Dallas fan. He can't wait for football. We can't either. Hope keep that energy, bro. I don't know what the Cowboys are going to do, man. I don't know what the Cowboys are going to do. They need to do something because
my assumption is nothing the way they've been conducting offseason.
Well, they restructured Dak's contract. That's step one. I don't know what they're going to do next, but they got to figure it out.
Trade another fourth for another Jonathan Mingo.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got Debo for a fifth.
We got Debo for a fifth. Y'all got Jonathan Mingo for a fourth. Congratulations.
Speaking of that, hold up, Phil. Isn't that what we showed on Monday's show? The real quick Skip Bayless soundbite. Didn't we show that?
We showed you.
Do you know what? Since Ken's here, we're going to show it again. Ken.
No, you should also show the Scooter Magruder did one saying this is Commanders fans right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to play his.
It's in the group chat. No, yeah, because Scooter picked against us in every playoff game. So
yeah. Here you go, Ken. This is for you. This is Skip Bayless, a Cowboys fan, talking to your team.
Allow me to interrupt the steak you're probably eating right now at Prime 47 in Indianapolis at the Combine.
St. Elmo's.
It's happening to us again. I don't know if you care anymore, but your in-division rival, Washington, just went out and stole Deebo Samuel, flat out stolen from San Francisco for a fifth-round pick, Jerry. He's going to be playing for a contract next year. He wanted out of San Francisco, and now he's going to be on his best behavior with people he knows and loves in Washington. You're going to have to deal with Deebo Samuel twice a year in Washington with Jaden Daniels. It's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Commanders, Jerry. Don't you see it? He is Mauler baller. When he's right, he is scary right. His father nicknamed him for Deebo on Friday, the neighborhood bully, because he is the neighborhood bully. It's just too much, Jerry. I just sat back and shook my head. I've been watching the Combine all day, and I saw you. You did pop up at the Combine. They showed you up in the box. You were wearing some of my favorite colors, black on black. But for you, it looked like you were on your way to your own funeral. And you know what? Maybe you know that it's time. So pause for just a second with that steak on your fork before you put it in mouth and think about this. It's starting to look like you could be the worst team in the NFC East next year, Jerry Jones. Oof. Have a nice dinner.
Have a nice dinner. In other news, the Eagles did sign Zach Bond. That would be dumb if they didn't re-sign him. Zach Bond was a fantastic linebacker.
He's a beast.
Fantastic linebacker.
There was a worry he may not come back. So, for the Eagles, that's good. Sucks for us, but, because now we can see him twice a year. But they had to let go some of those guys to keep guys like Zach Bond.
Yeah.
And they got rid of Bradbury, got rid of Slay. But you know what? We could use a corner.
John says Seattle wants a first and third for DK. Yeah, that's a little too much for me, man.
I honestly think that we kind of tanked. When we traded a fifth for Deebo, we may have tanked the trade market for wide receivers a little bit.
Yeah.
Like we put an anchor around that. So a team's going to be like, well, hold up. Debo's worth a fifth. Is it that much of a leap to get DK?
What's up, Dante? Appreciate you popping in, man. F those picks. Let's get Garrett with Myles Garrett. He changed everything for our defense. So in our group chat, we got a little thing called FTP. Fuck those picks. If you're like Phil said earlier, if you're in a win now, man, you do whatever it takes. We went to the NFC Championship. I don't call it. Some people said by fluke, but
I still think win 12 games to go to the NFC Championship. Yeah. That's a fluke.
But we clearly have roster issues. So I think you're still a year away from being like in Philly shape where they have depth across the board at every position on each side of the ball. We are not there yet.
No, but you could be one season away of having starters to the point that
Jaden changes all of it. Jaden changes everything. Jaden and Miles would too on the defense. So we ain't gonna invest that much in wide receivers.
We're not, but
Philly has 60 million, 58 million in two. Anything's possible. I don't know. B right said if they trade Garrett, it's like a $36 million cap hit in 2025. If they move on him before June, it's a lot of money, but there would probably have to be some sort of, like San Francisco's paying for $4 or $5 million of Deebo Samuel's salary. We're paying 17. They're paying 4 or 5. So there's a little bit of compromise. If you remember when Alex Smith got traded from the Kansas City Chiefs, we split his salary for that year. So there's that too. But yeah, lots of craziness, man, in free agency. All these people are available. It's crazy. I don't know. It's unprecedented to me, and I love it, man. It ain't even free agency yet. So
Phil Bullock, I can't say this. I can't sanction this. Let Lattimore go and get Slay. Lattimore played better than everybody at corner except Samerstill last year on a bum leg. Let's see what he does when he's actually healthy.
Yeah. Max Crosby got paid.
Max Crosby got paid.
Max Crosby got paid. We were kind of poking around at Rodney. Max Crosby was going to be a commander, or I thought it would have been funny, but
you laughing at the bingo joke. Deluxe says, I like Noah outside and drafting a young speed receiver. So it's interesting you say that because we're looking at the kid Higgins from Iowa State. I keep getting Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel mixed up, both from Iowa State. Higgins is the 6'4" guy.
Mm-hmm.
He plays on the outside. Noel is a 5'11" guy who runs a 4.39 40.
Yeah.
We're looking at both. So I can take both. I'm happy with looking at both.
Do have a little
I agree with that. Deluxe says that, Noah Fitz-They-Do his chemistry of 5 won't cost much. True, but if you can upgrade on the outside, why not? Gregory Pett says that we need stud running back in this draft. Can't have JD.
Yeah,
you
need Caleb Johnson.
If we can address enough things in free agency, don't be surprised if Amarion Hampton gets drafted in the
Trevion Henderson, Amarion Hampton, Caleb Johnson. I'll take any one of those three guys, man.
Hampton is a bruiser.
All those dudes would be great. Hey, here's a quick video of Darius Slay. This is what Eagles fans are blowing up on Twitter because he did not say Jalen Hurts was elite. So they took all the offense in the world. Yeah, but so they just released him for the record.
He's good.
And then he made this statement right here.
The elite go to the top 4 guys. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do elites. And elite for me in the quarterback world is Joe Burrow, Mahomes, Lamar,
yeah,
and Josh Allen. Them are the elites. They got their own, you know what I'm saying?
So Eagles fans really took offense to that. Oh, fuck you, Slay. You were supposed to be one of us. It's like, dude, the whole world outside of you guys.
Against all these guys.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I just thought it was funny, man. The whole world knows. They just can't accept it. He's good.
Lattimore came out here and said, "Hey, the top 4 quarterbacks in the league are those," and listed those 4. I ain't mad.
Yeah,
those 4 guys are elite.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all, man. Think what you want to think.
This week has been mad.
Oh, actually, I do want to show
random things going on.
Always like to end the show real quick with the important dates. So where we are right now, we're 4th of March. We just passed the 4th of March. The franchise tag was given to all the people. We saw T. Higgins get it. I don't know who else got it around the league. Didn't pay attention. So now the window 10 to 12 is the next big window you're gonna start see approaching. It's where teams can start negotiating. Legal tampering period is what they call it.
Right now we're in illegal tampering.
Yes, illegal tampering. We're 4 days from legal tampering, and that's when stuff starts.
If you don't think that Adam Peters ain't illegally tampering all over the damn place,
yeah, and it should be a good time. So by this time next week, it should be on another level. So 6 days from now, that's March 12th. So by this next Thursday, we'll have a good idea of what's going on in the league from a free agency perspective. There's a 2-day negotiating period. It's gonna be fun. The new year starts the 12th of March, and then that's when it just goes haywire. So the 12th of March, next Friday,
401 on
next
March
Wednesday.
12th.
Yeah, insanity. So next Thursday show is going to be fun.
Yes, we'll have had a little over 24 hours of free agency. Thank you, gods above, because you gave us 24. The first 24 hours of free agency is always nuts too.
Oh, it's been insane. It's been great.
So we're going to be happy because on March 13th, we'll be here.
And Monday, St. Patrick's Day. So we'll have a St. Patrick's Day show. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I got my Commanders my green Commander shirt I'll be wearing. So make sure you come back Monday night, 8:35 p.m. and we'll see what the news is. And bring your whatever you want. Your water, your drink, your bourbon, your Irish whiskey, your Jameson.
I will be
your water, whatever you want.
This is the beauty. This is the beauty of a job where I don't have to get up totally like before the crack of dawn to go to.
Yeah.
Is that I can afford a drink on the podcast and not pay for it the next day as bad as I used to.
It's nice. Yeah. I'm not in that boat yet, but I'll still partake. Greg said, "Great finding you guys." In the words of honor, I'll be back. Yeah, man. We appreciate it.
Subscribe, man. Hit that notification bell because, like I said, unfortunately, YouTube don't like some of the, like this one will get monetized. But when Dev's in here talking about cockroach milk and titties, trust me, this pod.
That's our guy, man, and
he does all the
weed every day.
He brings it, man. Comic relief. Monday we'll have Dev back.
You hear this version of "I Got 5 on it"? That's Dev.
Yeah, all the music in the background, intro, outro, it's all Dev.
The outro music is Dev. So Dev's a producer, and he is a resident beat superstar. So
yes.
he's the one who probably gets us demonetized the most. I'm probably not far behind.
Yeah, fuck the WWE because they don't like their videos.
Yeah, I played a 7
shown
seconds of the WWE. They wiped out an entire video of ours.
There's something about
7 seconds.
They just don't like it, man. I wonder if we should show that Reebok video real quick before we leave.
Oh, why the hell not?
Okay, Reebok, pick me. Yeah.
No more beer. No beer money out of this episode either.
Yeah. I will say this is one of my favorite commercials of all time, like for football period, just because it's like Chris Cooley of all people, Captain Chaos. You just didn't expect it, but it's an awesome commercial. All right, got it locked in. So the quality is, it's not that good, just so you guys know.
It's ripped from a pre-digital era.
Yes, when everything was analog, and yes. But here we go. We'll end the show with this. You guys enjoy, and we'll come back here and say goodbye. First off, let me kill the music just so you guys can actually get the full effect of this wonderful video.
In this line of work, you need strength as well as instincts. Put it right here. Gotcha. Check this out.
Reebok.
Ready? Go. That's why you picked me. Your move.
Chris Cooley.
Everyone
Jason
watching
Campbell.
at home, I want you to check this out. 2 receivers, 2 footballs, 1 choice. Go.
In Ashburn.
Pick me.
Marquez Colston. Saints.
Last year, they didn't know what I was capable of. Oh. This year, they still don't. Pick me.
I love it.
Seriously, how many reasons you
Mark
need to pick me in fantasy
Bolger.
football? There's one. Another. Honestly, I could do this all day. I'd pick me.
One more time.
Andre
I've been
Rison.
asking me to do
Chris
this
Chambers.
all day. Check me out. One more time. Come on. That's 3 reasons to pick me. Your move.
It's really only $2.59.
Mason Crosby.
They hate it when I do this. Check it out.
That's a good one. Oh, I love it.
It's time to pick me. It's your move. In this league, if there's a hole, no matter how small, you got to be able to get through it. Check this out.
Do not attempt this.
Yeah. In your league, you better pick me. Your move.
Cowboy team.
Love it.
Liberty Mutual is all.
Fantastic stuff. Back when you had to be creative with shit like that.
Yeah, man.
Like, you remember the Cooley and Brennan videos? I remember them vaguely.
Yeah.
I was not as active on social media platforms as I later became. So, but I do remember they existed.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were all, loved them.
Yep. All right, guys. Great show. Appreciate it. We'll be back Monday, 8:35 p.m. I think we'll be on Saturday with Red Zone in the Lab for a little bit, 30 minutes on Saturday morning. Right, Phil? 10 o'clock.
10 a.m.
Yeah, we'll be live. I think it's live with Deuce on Saturday. So appreciate each and every one of you. Dev's music link will be down in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys. And the content's just going to get more and more as we get closer to the draft and then free agency. So stick along for the ride, guys. Thank you so much for all the support. And we'll catch you guys on Monday. Peace. Inhale. We out.